Today's video is brought to you by Resto Tuner. So back whenever I first brought my car home, I got online and started looking for parts, and one of the very first companies that I come across was Resto Tuner. They make really nice, high quality, detailed products for these older Japanese cars. They kind of specialize in replica decals and hardware kits. Over time, the Honda ones from the factory, they kind of delaminate, separate, they start peeling apart, looking nasty and ugly. With these new Resto Tuner stickers, you can make some of these parts look brand new again. So I let these guys know that I needed to replace my speedometer cable. While I had the dash out, I was wanting to replace some of these stickers, like they go in the buttons and the climate control and stuff. They created me up a little care package. Whenever I opened it up, I was really surprised to see that they had sent me all of the sticker kit for my whole car. So today I won't be able to get to all of this stuff that they sent. I'm going to focus on getting the speedometer cable replaced, and while I have the cluster out, I'm going to replace some of the decals and the climate control and some of the buttons on the dash. So let's get to work. Okay, now that the bezel is out, I'm going to go ahead and start working on the speedometer cable. I think I have to unplug the speedometer cable from under the hood first. Okay, so now I have the speedometer cable unplugged from the back of the cluster. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that whenever I take something apart, I usually take that opportunity to clean everything as best as I can. So I'm going to do that real quick before I swap out this cable. old cable pulled out and the new cable put in, it's actually quite difficult to get the old one out and the new one in. You really have to remember your routing. You have to unplug it from underneath the hood first, from your VSS. That gives you a little bit of slack to pull out your cluster. Once you get the cluster pulled out, you can unplug the cable from the back of the cluster. Then you have to feed it backwards through the dash and out the firewall. Then you can put your new one in reverse. But back behind the cluster, the spot where the plug goes through is really small. It's really difficult. You pretty much have to force it through that hole, and then getting the new one through is even worse. So, and then once you get the new one through, it's new and pretty stiff, so you have to really kind of work with it. And to get the cluster back in its position, I had to reach up underneath it and grab the cable, and as I'm pushing the cluster, kind of lift the cable and pull it backwards so that you can seat the cluster back into its spot. Okay, the speedometer cable is done. Now it's time to move on to these Resto Tuner decals on the interior switches. Currently my workbench is an absolute disaster, so I'm going to gather what I need here, and I'm going to go inside to where I can see and spread out a little bit better. Okay, I moved everything into the house. I've got all the required tools needed. I've got my buttons. I've got the stickers that Resto Tuner has for me, and for guys like me, they have even included a set of instructions in the package. So I'm just going to follow these instructions to the T and knock these out real quick. Okay, the stickers are on and done. Let's go put this car back together. So once again, big shout out to Resto Tuner. Visit them at their website at restotuner.com. I will put a link down in the description below. Check them out on Instagram if you're not following me already. It's I am Craig Gentry on Instagram, and please click the subscribe button down below, and I will see you next time.